Well, hello there, everybody. Welcome. It's 1080p. I didn't know I could freaking do 1080p, but I can with OB freaking yes. And yes, we are on the original OBS Studio. I actually used OBS Studio way back years ago when I first started streaming. Actually, did streams like years ago. So I'm actually more used to OBS anyway. And it wasn't that hard for me to set it up during like the second half of the Steelers Chargers game last night. It was not that hard. The only thing we do not have right now is a chat box on the screen. That is the only thing we don't have. Everything else is here and work better. I did upgrade the starting soon screen. I went ahead and changed some things out. Made it all a little more prettier, a little better, because I don't, we got alerts. The alerts all work now. They actually do. I've tested them. They work. We got a new thing for, I don't know why it says 10. It's not really 10. That's 0. I don't know why it does that. But I'm going to have it refresh here. Okay, it says 0. I don't know why it does 10. But I don't know. There's nothing there. I haven't had any in a while. But who knows, man. But yeah, like I'm on OBS now in actual 1080p HD. And I know I said I was just gonna do like 720 for stuff because it's really kind of a Mac you need to be doing. But if you're just, because 1080p is like if you have a stuff for it. Now I do. I know I do now. This computer, if you use the right software and the right stuff and you have good, decent internet, you are going to be really good. So, honestly, I would say if you, OBS for me, just doing this the setup and this now, way better. I'm happy I did switch and, I wasn't going to till after Black Friday. Like, legit, I was going to wait until after Black Friday was over. I was going to try to switch over that weekend because I was going to have, wasn't going to have a lot of time over the weekend to really do anything. Because I was going to work next week. This weekend's Black Friday, Thanksgiving weekend here in the States. So, it was just going to be a lot of, busyness and stuff. So, I wasn't going to do a lot. So, I was like, well, I heard, all the stuff going on for Streamlabs. So, I went ahead and switched over anyway. I went ahead and was like, I was just gonna get this done, but I'm happy already with this. One, I'm in 1080p. That makes me a happy camper. That means I can get these streams exported out in 1080p, hopefully, or at least 720. I will take 720 in a heartbeat, if I had to. I can do, like I said, everything's working. I did change up the donut bar looks a little different. I can't do the same thing I go with in Swabs. It's basically kind of the same program. And I did learn a new trick. On the Edge screen, all I have to do now is when I go to my web browser, I can put the link in for the leaderboard or whatever, and take an overflow hidden hangout. And we don't have to have... We actually fixed one of the biggest problems I had with doing the watch-alongs for, the cup races and that. I can just put the link in OBS to the whole browser source and everything. It works perfect. It will update and everything. Because doing that for the game, I actually was fixing everything while I was doing all the... It was updating and that, so I was like, I'll keep that, man. Oh, I'm peeking. Well, it's alright. I'll kind of keep it right now. But, yeah, so, for right this second, I'm happy that, so what I'll do, so there's lots of longs now, I'll just do it like that. And I don't have to have it up, in Edge, I don't have to have it up in anything. It'll just be right here in OBS, and it'll just work. Which is amazing for me. So, I can have that and be like, hey, we need, I can have it working and that, and there you go. And so that will be happy for me. And I do apologize for the delay in this as well. Just a lot of other things. I kind of had a time where I wasn't really in the mood to stream. I had a lot of time, just weird timing and by the way, and I'm gonna say this now too. I know I'm taking a lot of your guys' time. I know. I'm sorry, but I'm going now. This is that time of year where high school basketball is going on here in Indiana. Hoosier Hysteria, you know, kind of. If you know high school sports here in Indiana, basketball is kind of a king here. But we're going to now middle school games again because you know my niece's nephews, I believe what it is. She cheers for her school at the middle school level. So we're going to those games on Mondays, and I believe it's Thursdays. There are 2 games a week. I think it can be different days too if it can be. So watch out for that, like, and be like, I may not. I still will try to stream one of those. I think will be mostly 8:39. I may not stream a lot. Like that's gonna choke the streaming days out. So it's gonna be really weird. And I do plan on something for my birthday. I just might do a bunch of the Wii stuff. I might try to do a bit more Battlegrounds. I might do some goofy Wii stuff. I don't really know. Maybe if I can get somehow Jackbox teams, we might play the heck out of those. I don't know. But you guys are more welcome to send me stuff. I don't ask you to do that, but I'm not going to stop people from doing it. Because I'm not that kind of, I'm not like Adam Corey. He's like, oh, you don't even send me stuff. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, I know, but I'm going to do it anyway. It's like, okay, whatever. And it's like, just let him do it, man. Like, you don't look like a kid force in my mouth, you know. At least I don't, but. So tonight, at long last, since this game's been out for like, what, a few months now. Or a couple months or something. Or 2 to 3 months, something like that. We are finally going to finish the main story of True Colors. Let's get right into it. And I'll put my earbud in. We're still going, so we're just talking. Oh yeah, it's gonna switch for you guys because it's the. Oh crap, yeah, I gotta do the... Hold on. I forgot to do the... Not dumb me, just forgot to kinda... Forgot to do the audio thing for the game. Yeah. Yeah, I can't get it to say. I wish I can get rid of that 1 of 1 down there, but I can't for some reason. There we go. All right, we should have. Now, if you want to see the rest of the chapters, which I highly recommend you do, highly recommend that. I would do these first. Watch these first on my YouTube channel and everything before watching this. As with, you know, since this is this main story finale tonight. I'm not calling it the finale because we still got wavelengths to do later on this week. So I'm gonna make that call that the game finale. I might just have like as a subtitle, like on the starting screen, it's like game finale. So that way it'll just be a little easier for me to do that. But yeah, like, so we should have everything, yeah, all 5 of 5. Yeah, so sorry, that will be done on Wednesday night, and that will be dependent on, that'll probably be an 11 o'clock start regardless. I'll probably start at 11 anyway, just because that way I can kind of be like, Pacer game can end, if there is one, anything that goes on, I can, watch what we're doing and all that kind of stuff. So, let's get the finale of Alex's story underway. What's good and on? Chapter 5, Side B.
Welcome back, Alex. Do you want to talk about your time in Colorado?
We're not done with it yet. No. I don't know why you want to talk.
Let's start with something positive. What did you learn from your visit to Haven Springs?
That apparently I'm an asshole. Okay, is there anything... Okay, I want that, and I want memories as well. Okay. Okay, cool. Cool. Okay, I got everything I need. Nice. Circle.
I learned to let myself feel, I guess. And to not be afraid of those feelings. Couldn't one argue that those old fears turned out to be justified? What do you make of that friction?
What the world?
I suppose I'm proud of you for trying. You helped some people. Chased a mystery. Got to kiss a pretty girl. But Alex, you're right back where you started.
Okay,
I know. You don't know anything, Alex. You don't even know you're not really here.
Whoa. Okay. Can we get up? Okay, is this also like a cutscene? Still? And again, if the stream is looking
What the fuck?
a little worse or whatever, do let me know. I'm glad this is staying up. Like, I didn't even get to watch for 20 minutes that it's been up. I mean, granted, we haven't done a lot, but hey, we can do 1080p streams now. So, and I do want to say, if anybody knows of a good way to get a chat box that isn't Streamlabs on OBS, like for transparent, we can just have it like in the corner we had, please do let me know, either for the YouTube comments of this YouTube version or the live Twitch chat. That'd be great. And I'll have it up probably for the next stream, probably up for Wednesday's episode, for Wednesday's finale, and that way we can have that. So, and like I said, I love this. It's an OBS, by the way, 2% CPU usage. Yeah, I'm happy with that. OBS, DreamHack Desktop, S my D. You're fired. Sorry, I can't do the Vince way. There's no way. I can't do the Vince voice.
I have
Sorry.
to get out of here.
I can't do the Vince voice. But if somebody wants to do the Vince gif or whatever for Streamlabs, you're more welcome to. You know, because I'm like, we're gonna have to give it the old like Vince treatment. No, right? Why? So just be careful. So might want to look away or something here, guys. What number? There's no number. It's my name. Oh, nice vibration. Actually, you can see it vibrate.
Guess that's me.
Oh,
Case
now
number
there is.
53322.
Man, is that wild on you guys or just me? I don't know.
I guess that's
Oh,
me.
that's just saying what we just said.
Case
Okay.
53322.
Okay, I'm gonna open. Let's read. Alex Chen, age 21, female, Visibility, occasional violent outbursts, hallucinations, both visual and audio. Delusional ideation, depression, anxiety. Could be anything. Could be a wash, if you really ask me.
Throwing down a.
I'm not gonna read all this, but I am gonna let you guys like pause to read it, or I might read it because it was I don't know how long it was gonna be. Alex experiences a detailed and robust delusion that she's able to read other people's emotional states and believes that because of the ability, she's uniquely able to help with trauma, which we do know is freaking true. There would be irony. Someone in front of Alex got involved in the caretaker. Had she not been her in my care, I do not think it hyperbolic to speculate that her reckless attempts at fixing her friends and family would eventually have gotten someone hurt. It's my belief that she constituted a threat to her continued well-being. Ran into an endless pit. Her body shattered against each jutting board and Eric brick. Wow! Until she's forgotten the dark beneath the world. The humane thing we can do for her. What the hell? Like, I'm glad my parents came here. Holy crap! Like, what the heck is this doing? Like, do I have any Dexpa audio bill? Just... Are you guys hearing that twice? No, Oh, okay. What the heck? You want to throw her down a freaking pit?
Dr. Lin always records our sessions.
On prize, ferret tape, because she's a basic... Oh, yeah, I know metal tapes and that aren't really easy to come by, don't get me wrong. I know. Don't get me, I know. I know there's probably only ferret tapes out there anyway, so trust me, I know.
12 years ago, I made a mistake. The kind of things that you can't undo.
Let's turn down the game a little bit more.
You know that I care about you. With everything that has happened, I just want what's best for you.
Let's look at him.
These don't belong to Dr. Lin.
She's a thief! Man, I love this.
Tell
This
me,
is
Peg.
insane. Well, I've been typing out to get remind him, and then the voices to leave and resisted. The outside will start to possess insatiable hunger, and just sought and show appetite. And will put yourself in his mouth. Throw yourself instead into mine. Huh? Why?
How did I even get back here?
Can we work with a computer? No. Just for my amusement.
Hey, my guitar.
Knock knock? Huh? What the heck? I don't know. Is Alex's haircut gonna become like popular for a while? Or is
that
it?
what I look like? Really?
I think that's everything in here. So let's boot, scoot, and boogie. Alright, bright lights. So just, you know, like I said, why I put these in there to...
Of course.
Oh, battering ram it, Alex. The only way is through.
These don't belong to Dr. Lin. Not getting out that way.
Then how do we suppose we do? I'm doing well, Nightmare. I do apologize for not having the stream chat on the screen. I'm using the actual original OG OBS right now, and it is in full 1080p, so that's a positive at least. But the only thing I lost in the transition over is on-screen chat, and I'm kind of anal about like trying to get it like exactly how I want it, and I can't find a way to do it right now. That's just not like, oh, just throw a browser thing on there and it's not transparent now. I'm like, no. So, I'm doing well. How about you, dude? But yeah, this is the end of the main game. And so we should be finishing this part tonight, and then we'll do wavelengths
Out of here.
on Wednesday night. What you been up to, man? Oh. Okay, and then we gotta do the... We gotta go be Jeff Jarrett. See, that's why things will look a little bit better, but a little bit different. I was one that switched
My
from...
guitar has never heard of me. Sure.
Okay, now we're going into my territory.
Huh.
So we did lose. So I do hope to get on-screen chat back on by Wavelengths, the Wavelength stream. If not, I'll have it up after Black Friday. So it'll just be the last thing we need. If I have to use Streamlabs for that, I don't mind. But I kind of, with all that was going on with them and all that, I'm kind of like, don't really want to use anything from her right now. Maybe not even ever. I can't see if that's a 5. Is it? Yeah. Again, I don't play these games blind, so... Alright, that's... Oh, I thought it was auto. Got it. So... I do have a walkthrough up to get us kind of through it, because it's too late to really do this blind by now. And I love the game anyway, though. I love it. Like, I've enjoyed it so far anyway, so it doesn't really matter to me. Because I don't play games blind unless I really try to. I really, really want to. And a lot of times I don't. Like, I'm just like, I can't do blind. I need to know a little bit about it to kind of get somewhere. Okay, fix and put. Okay, let's do the fix first. Oh, I should have looked at it, then done it, but eh. Not that big a deal. Now, let's be Jarrett. Oh, wait. We don't have anybody to smash it over their heads with. Oops. Oh, bright lights again. I really wish it stopped. What was that? But... they're gonna overdo it with the freaking lights. Whoa, what's that coming from? Whoa, what in the... The Sarlacc pit. Oh, I was gonna play the 2K22 trailer too, but I'm kind of glad I didn't. So sorry, guys, but I was thinking with this test stream, I kind of want to just get to the point. Well, it's not a test stream, but we want to kind of make sure this one goes out of the hits. Whoa! Sheesh! We keep falling and falling down. Alright, next. Oh no, I want that first.
Alex.
Gabe?
Whoa.
You're dead.
So? Lots of people are dead, Alex. Most people.
Where are we?
I want to say... a hospital?
Dr. Mendez to intensive care. Dr. Mendez to intensive care.
Yep, definitely a hospital.
Gabe.
Okay, here's what I do know. You are 10, I am 14. Our mother is sick. So is our father. But it's a different kind of sickness. Play your part.
Ow! Gabe, why?
I didn't do anything.
Both of you,
Dad.
behave. Alex, go check on your mother.
Ouch. You go do it. I just went in there. Then I need you in there. I need to do a boot scoot and boogie with my son. Oh. Now?
She was right over there. Waiting for
Wait.
me.
Now we're just playing a basketball game at 11:30 at night. There's no way we'd be playing a home game that late. Okay, Notre Dame, you got... Oh, are they playing in Maui? Is this the Maui tourney? Might be. Might be Maui. I think it probably is.
Mom used to fidget with her keys whenever she was worried.
Oops. I forgot. Like, I thought, like, wait. Why are they playing... Oh,
Gabe,
memory.
Alex, I need
Scary
you
news.
to listen very carefully. We got some scary news today, and I'm going to be spending some time at the hospital.
What? Mom? Are you okay?
Hush now. It's going to be okay. Do you understand me? Things will be different for a little while, but I am going to be okay.
It was always too hot in this room. We spent so much time in here that I basically memorized every article. Gabe told me it was full of needles. It scared me to death.
Could be.
Gabe and I used to watch cartoons on this thing after school.
Probably got neck, like, things like crazy.
There it is. The painting that taught me that art sucked sometimes. We couldn't afford a private room. Just got lucky, I guess.
Well, I mean, there's somebody that would have been like, oh, heck, here you go. Okay, that's, I think, most of everything there.
She's just on the other side.
Alright, let's do this. Alright, let's look at everything else first.
How many nights did Dad spend in this room? Sleeping in an uncomfortable chair and eating vending machine dinners.
He didn't go to the cafeteria and be like, hey, I'll just order a cafeteria and pay for it
There's
myself.
something so weird and scary about watching your dad cry.
Just what?
Mom. Every time I saw her, I worried it would be the last.
Wait. Okay, hold on one second. I might have. Oh, well, that's just, yeah. Yeah, well, audio, so, like I said, you might want to make sure your volume's not too loud. Go this one. And the bright lights again. Good lord, guys. What did you try to do? Like, you have some kind of quota?
Mom. Mom. Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
Is that how it went? You don't think you missed anything?
Yeah, yeah, we missed
Gabe,
something.
I didn't do anything.
Both of you.
Dad.
Behave.
He really looks pissed. Yeah, I know, but where's that water even at? I got the memory, so I don't have to worry about that, but...
Alex, go check on your mother.
Even though I just left.
Okay. Wait. Did I miss something?
There, yeah, you gotta get the water.
No matter how much Mom drank, her throat was always dry.
Did you not ever think to just have, like, a constant thing going down her throat, just keep constantly giving her water? Maybe? I don't know. Alright, let's get to the point. Yeah, I don't know why it wouldn't let me see the water in the first place. So it has you, I think, do it once, no matter what. Oh, is this gonna be like he turns vile all of a sudden for like no reason? No, I think that's the...
Mom. Mom.
Get the water, you don't.
Water, Alex. Get her some water.
Duh. I don't understand, like, she wouldn't have thought about having it with her before. But... Okay. Now, I don't know why, like, why just have it with her all the time? She could just have, like, one of those, like, hamster things or something. You know? Yes, we got the water, we know. And the bright lights again. Or give her one of those, like, pit crew things and be like... it's just like, yeah. Like...
Thank you. You almost never cry, even when you were very small. Did you know that? That's been my biggest challenge with you. How do you take care of someone who is already so strong? No tears, my strong girl. I want you to make me a promise. Your brother, your father, they are going to need you. You have to be strong. Will you do that, Alex? Such a brave girl. How do you ever get so brave?
I think I was good. Yep. Man, they got sounds not really even do about static and that. Holy crap.
Was that the last time you talked to her? Mom,
I think so.
do you miss her?
Yeah?
Gabe, what's going on?
You're 11, I'm almost 15. Dad and I are time bombs. You keep running back and forth, trying to defuse us both. This is going to suck so bad.
I need that as like an air. Okay, so I need this up.
There was only ever one thing to do when they got like this. Drown them out and wait for it to pass.
Let's do it. This is one I wish you could have just RKO'd both of them and been like, and kind of gotten like done that way. But.
Alex? trust me. But you know that's not how it went down, right?
No, you're gonna let me get that memory? Can I get the memory in this section? Because I want to 100% the game tonight, too, in a way. So we can platinum the game. Okay, I believe it should. Okay, we know
It was
where we're
my
going.
job to keep the peace. But no matter what I did,
Come on. I know, come on. Business card.
I didn't even know what CPS was. Just that I was afraid of them.
Honestly, at this point, I just would have been like, get me out of here. New memory unlocked? Some kind of fight.
Hey Gabe, I'm Leslie Halloran. I'm from the Oregon State Child Protective Services. We got a call from someone who said there might have been some kind of fight here last night. Is your dad home?
Oh gosh, you know what? We were, yeah, that was like rehearsal. And I'm in this play at school, and my dad, like, he was helping me learn my lines.
Must be some play. But if you need anything, my number is on there. Okay?
Okay, now what do we need to do?
Mom's old sewing kit. Don't think I've ever even tasted a butter cookie. Cleaning Dad's ashtray was not my favorite job in the world.
Nope.
The killer mistress tabs in this book weren't even close to right.
No.
Gabe loved Son of Lead back when it was an indie. It was too gory for me.
Wait, what the? What?
When wasn't this place falling apart? At least I managed to hold on to you, Shoo Shoo.
Is seriously gonna be like any kind of
This
like?
was probably the most expensive thing we own. It kind of kept me sane. Dad's laundry. I always set it here when it was done so he could find it.
And the shrine to her.
I tried so hard to keep my promise to her. Mom and Dad had this TV before they had either of us. Gabe had barely used this backpack in weeks. Nobody could get him to go to school.
And only all this going on, I don't we blame him.
It was full of greeting cards. Mom kept every single one we ever got. Thanks for trying, Lucky Cat. My job was to sort them in order of how close we were to a collections notice. I wanted to be a werewolf that Halloween. Couldn't afford the costume. I can't believe they were ever this happy.
But they were happy at some point. Okay, that actually would make some sense.
2 cups water for 1 cup rice. Set timer for 30 minutes. Do your history homework. Serve.
Serve.
We never really touched these after Mom died. She was such a good cook. Gabe used to steal Dad's beer all the time. It was like the one thing they didn't fight about.
Probably because they both were drunk.
Almost empty. Almost always.
Anything really in this corner? No. Okay, we cannot go upstairs. Okay. I believe that's everything. Am I right? I think. Yeah, let's just...
Gabe and Dad were so loud when they fought.
Oh, loud audio. So I guess you might want to make sure your audio is not very loud tonight.
Where you going? Are you gonna tell her? Or is that my job?
Keep your voice down.
Fine, I'll do it. Alex, Dad lost his job. Again. So we're broke. Again.
Don't talk to me that way. Despite what you may believe, you do not know everything.
Same to
Everyone,
you.
I laid myself off.
It's okay. We'll figure it out. I could,
I don't know, Dad. But what are we supposed to do now? We gotta eat?
we can sell some records. Or what about my guitar? We can sell that.
Alex, what is it gonna take to get you to stop defending him?
Your mother could see you now.
I don't wanna hear about Mom.
Babe!
I'm so tired of you using her as an excuse to be a piece of shit. Don't fucking touch me, piece of shit.
Dad,
Oh.
Damn it, Alex.
I'm okay. It's okay. It was an accident.
Alex, I didn't...
Dad. Dad, it's okay. Really. I'm not hurt.
No, but this will. Boing! Her KO!
I can't do this.
She's gotta be. She needed to be a wrestler in that moment and just, like, wrestle the heck out of him, man. Like. Oh, no. No, no, no. Come on, dude.
Someone will come. That woman from CPS.
I was not thinking what. Okay, I'm like, I'm good for it. But he's not doing what I'm thinking he was going to do.
Dad.
I'm sorry.
Dad!
Alright, more bright lights. This is gonna be a short one, I bet.
Hey, can I ask you a question? Which orphanage is this? The one in Grant Park? Kinda thought it'd be nicer.
I can't do this, okay? I can't.
You need to.
No.
You need to be honest about what you see.
I was. I have. And now I'm done.
Almost. But not yet. You were 12, I am 16. I steal a car and end up in juvie.
Gabe, come on.
Then you're 13, 14, 15. Orphanages, group homes, musty rooms in the strange houses of foster parents. By the time you're 17, you've seen them all. Somewhere along the line, you start to feel things. Your own emotions don't belong to you. You have nothing. No one. You are alone.
Man, this dude is nuts.
Alex. Play your part.
Play my part.
Okay. Alright, oh, I see it.
I used to write one every day. Stupid.
Why? You clearly missed him.
And I thought he missed me. Hence, stupid. Guess I missed a few days. Well, there are my strings. Where's my guitar?
I want to ask out Jarrett. I don't know.
I
Guitar
don't
strings.
Understand. Why can't I have my guitar?
We've been over this, Alex. Your guitar stays in the rec room. You can play it during free time.
That's bullshit. I don't need it in the fucking rec room. I need it when I'm stuck in the fucking dorms.
Alex, that's enough. Maybe we'll just take away your guitar privileges entirely, if that's what you prefer.
You can't do that.
Jeez, man. I mean, this is coming out to be what, like, nuts. Barred window?
We weren't allowed to bring glass into the dorms. So we had to drink from this thing.
Like hamsters in a cage.
Except
Yeah.
if you give a hamster a glass, they don't toss it at the other hamsters' heads.
Oh, not bad, sports dude. Sorry for not seeing it. Like I said, I'm kind of trying to
They
read a
put in
walkthrough so I
many
kind of
hours.
know what I'm doing and everything. How you doing tonight, dude? I think Sunday night I was working on your stuff Sunday. Were you doing WWE stuff? I was in there working around. So I was there just working. I didn't really get a chance to talk to you or anything. Let's see. Oh, it's over meds. This is got the that might be inhibited by poison. Maybe? I don't know. Not doing well. How about you, man?
Did any of them ever work?
Some of
Over.
them helped a little. None of them fixed me.
In their defense, mutant empathy isn't exactly in the DSM.
Mutant empathy. I love that.
They used to say this place wasn't a prison.
How's the stream looking and everything, guys?
Maybe
Stream
they were
look really
trying to
good?
keep you safe.
Guess so. Whatever the reason, the end result was prison bars. They should have stenciled the same thing on all of us.
Do you really feel like you were their property?
We didn't belong to anyone else, did we? I took a fork in here one time and hid it under my mattress. Just 'cause, fuck you.
They're 9. Well, what if you're like an older kid, like, or something like that, but, you know, maybe what you sweep a little, like, I don't know.
Fancy.
Everyone had one good outfit. We wore them to meet the parents.
Did it help?
Kinda think you already know the answer to that question. I remember the kid who put this here. Sadie? Sally. Something with an S?
You were friends at first, right?
Way at first. Then I freaked out on her and she was done with me. Just like everyone else.
That might be everything. Is there anything like really in the corner? No. Okay. Is there anything other than the footlocker? No. Okay. Now let me get the... Okay, cool. Oh no, we're loud audio, so make sure your audio is, like I said, you're gonna probably want to make your audios in check for this. So, and the more bright light, there had to have been a quota. That they were like, oh, we don't have enough like lights and crap. I don't understand what they were like. Oh, we gotta have more bright lights. We gotta have a bright lights. we gotta make the quota. Oh, I gotta move. The thing doesn't, like, I'm kind of, like, trying to watch, like, a bunch of things at once. So...
She's been through so much. I just don't know if we're prepared for a troubled girl. It says here she's sensitive. What does that mean?
Oh.
I wonder why she's never found a home before.
I'm sure she's a sweet girl, but she's not for us.
She's awfully old, isn't she?
This
Now
is
that's kind of a
fight,
backhanded comment.
right?
I want to help. I really do, but there's just something
Off
broken. Wrong.
with her.
Good lord. Trying to be like Austin? Austin's right there going, I didn't make this much Austin by my entrances.
I'm sorry.
Why?
I need to see it.
See what?
That nobody picked me?
Nobody picked you. Nobody picked you. Nobody wanted you. Mom died. Dad left. I bailed. You couldn't keep us together.
It was my job to keep it.
You were 11 years old. You were 11 years old. You were a kid, Alex. Let it go. People leave. Life gets hard. And sometimes it's a big shit sandwich. Make it better. Be angry at Dad. Miss Mom. Hell, be angry at me. But don't give up. No one gets to tell you what you're worth. And no one can take your life away. Fight.
I'm not sure I...
You have a gift. It's something you don't even understand. You can change the world. Make it better. Now get up.
What?
Get up and fight.
Alright. Now, it's time. And this is a quick chapter. Ooh, nice cat. Oh, so you'll get this one no matter what. And then, okay. So this one we're just gonna get. Okay.
I've got to find a way out of here.
Oh, wow. Holy crap.
No more ladder. Not that I'd be much good at climbing. Mines growing into mines, just like Jed said.
Yeah.
I'm gonna choose not to read anything into this.
Yeah, because I don't know if you really want to or not, Alex.
I could almost laugh if it wouldn't hurt so much.
Safety first. A pickaxe, perhaps?
How long has this stuff been down here?
Probably a good while. More. Wow, good lord. There had to be a quota. And, like I said, more quota. Sheesh.
Oh, no, 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 come on, no, 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 no. I can do this. I can do this.
Oh, there we go. I was like, I can't really see where the heck.
All right, boys, getting close.
Helldivers for life, huh, Jed?
Dig so deep, we see where the devil sleeps. Goddamn right.
This is it. This is what Typhon tried to bury.
A lot of runoff moisture in this soil. Jed, we gotta call it. This dig is fucked.
Nothing's fucked.
Jed, we got no pumps running. No.
My teams have never quit a dig this deep before. We finish the job.
Okay.
Steady goes. Steady.
Fuckless.
Move!
Oh,
Come on!
there.
Clear the tunnel!
Tied at 31.
Who's on radio?
Jed! Fuck!
Jed! Jed!
Oh my god.
Let me go. You guys have enough light to see where I can't even barely see where I'm going.
Now! There's still
Trying to
men
give you
back there.
something at least.
They'll drown.
Yeah, and so will we if we don't get the fuck out. Make the call, Jed.
God damn it! God damn it! Everyone, let's go! Now!
Smells like fireworks. Must be where Typhon blew the charges.
What? Where the devil sweeps? And wait, did we just? Whoa! He died then too.
Jed! Come back! Jed, you son of a bitch!
Chen, you gotta stop, man.
Jed! Fuck you, Jed! Come back!
It's over, Chen. He's not coming back.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Man, this thing is dark. I mean, like literally dark. Yeah, I know you guys can't see anything, but. It's like a comeback. It's like, I'm not dead. It's like a Tortimer from Animal Crossing Direct. She's like, I lived. Oh, thanks, Shmoo, for that host. Did you guys get to hear that alert? I don't know if you did. I have no idea. I know I did. Oh, not much. This is the last chapter of LAS True Colors in the main story. So you're right at the almost the very end of this chapter. If you have not seen this game and want to see it, I have the first 4 chapters up completely, basically up on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. @3point YouTube. We'll take you to that YouTube link in chat. Basically, I've been doing great.
During my time here, I've come to realize what makes Haven so special. It's a flower shop run by multiple generations. A bar owner who greets every customer by name. It's a spring festival tradition going back 100 years. History, loyalty, pride. These values which define Haven are the same values that Typhon was built on. And that is why our partnership has been so successful. It's been my privilege to renew Typhon's commitment to Haven. We believe in this community, and we're tremendously excited for its future.
Thank you, Diane. I think I speak for all of us when I say we're eager to make this official. So, time to vote, folks. And then lunch.
I love, you should see, what the, I love the look, like, what the heck? Dad's like, oh, I didn't do enough. We know what you did, buddy. It's time for you to die!
Alex, oh my god, I'm fine. You are not fine. We have to get you to a doctor.
This was I gotta do first. Alright. Give me 1 second. Oh, I need to do the next part. This is the ending of the game, by the way. Right. I'll give everybody a minute here so we can kind of get everybody ready here. By the way, this is, if you're wondering where the on-screen chat went, this is regular OBS Studio, not Swab, well, not formerly called Swabs. It's Streamlabs Desktop now. I'm not going to be using it for the foreseeable future. This is running great at 1080p. 60 frames a second at 2% CPU usage, and it looks amazing. No drop frames at all. No nothing. It's been running great. I'm loving it. I'm glad. I mean, that looks so different. I know I had to do some different stuff and switch up the stream elements. But I'm loving it, man. I'm staying with this. I'm glad I did this. I'm thinking this was the better setup I should have had on this laptop back in July. And that's what we should have done this from the beginning. So I'll let Smooth Fox come back. Because I'm gonna let this kind of go and everything. I mean, we're not in a rush. We're gonna be plenty of time here. I don't know what else we're gonna. I might do like a little mini review. So, of the game as well, so that way we can have that as like an audio review, and so I'll let him come back. I don't know if it's gonna go straight into the end of the game. I want him to be able to see this, so, or her, whatever. I don't remember for sure. So. I know, but I'm also kind of making sure this actually gets a little longer. I want to go as long as possible with this. So give him much time as we need here. And this is running so great too. I'm just letting it. This is just a run, too. So that way it's like we can kind of making sure it's still run like 90 minutes almost, and it's still running. This is good. I'm gonna go ahead and go actually. Sorry, Smooth. You're probably gonna jump into like a cutscene, but I'm gonna go ahead and do this. So let's do this.
I found out something you need to hear. I'm sorry.
What?
Alex, you're hurt.
Throw up the
Do you
X.
need help? We can call an ambulance.
Typhon's been lying to all of you.
Oh, I think I have an idea for a match.
Alex.
I'll tell you what I'm talking about
going
at the
on?
end of all this. Okay, well, F you or don't pretend. I'll go to that one.
You know exactly what's going on. I was down in the mine last night. I saw what Typhon's been hiding for 12 years. Jed Lucan isn't a hero. That whole story is a lie. Jed caused the accident. And then he abandoned 7 of his men. He let them drown to save himself. There were pictures of me and Gabe down there in the dirt. Because one of those miners was my father.
I should have everybody
wanted to keep this
on.
covered
Oh,
up
sorry.
in case it jeopardized the vote.
I should have everybody on their side except like 1 or 2 people. And I think even with that, I should have everything enough. I think. Does this really matter what I say? I doubt it. I mean, I don't really care either. Okay, we'll have Steph. We'll have Ducky. I think we'll have Eleanor. I don't know. I'll have Charlotte. We'll have Pike. I don't think we're gonna have Ryan, but I think that's what I don't care about. I don't really care about him right now. So I believe we've got it. I think we got everybody I want. Let's do this. Ruthless or Flay? Does it really matter? No, but what's a good line here?
Everyone at that company is scared to death. All they do is protect themselves. So they decided to bury the evidence. And nothing was going to stop that blast. Not even the fact that there were 4 people up in the mountains. That's how Gabe was killed. Jed knew all along. He covered up the truth about the past, about Gabe. And when I found out, as you can see, he tried to kill me too.
But you failed.
Why aren't any of you saying anything?
Give him in the process of what the hell's going on, Alex.
We don't want to embarrass you, Alex.
I'm gonna say this.
I wasn't asking you.
As you've said, obligate me to at least address them.
We're gonna give Diane a cold treatment.
These accusations are, well, they're insane. And trying to go into the mine was Obviously.
Dang, I got
very
fucking
dangerous,
pussed.
very illegal thing to do.
Hmm.
But we all sympathize with your situation. You've been through so much. Your brother was your only family, wasn't he? I can only imagine how much you want an explanation for his loss. Something to give you comfort and make your life seem less unfair.
Okay, I don't know what this is going to... Square.
Why don't you just tell the truth? You've been planning your exit from Typhon anyway.
What?
You never signed up for
Oh.
threats or attempted
No,
murder.
okay, no.
You hate this. Now's your chance to stop.
Dad? Do you have any idea what Alex is talking about?
No, I don't. I've tried to be there for Alex since Gabe died. I thought, I don't know, I hoped I could be something of a father figure to her. All I can guess is, sometimes when we're hurting, the people we lash out at are the ones who we're trying to help.
I'll go circle.
You tried to kill me. How can you stand there and say these things?
Alex.
You're a monster. Please. I know this is hard to accept. You all trust him. I did too. But I'm telling the truth.
I believe you.
Okay, I got Steph. Okay, we got one.
Of course I do.
I believe you too.
Got Charlotte. All right, I knew we got her.
I'm horrified.
No.
And still processing everything, but I believe you.
Okay,
Please,
Ryan.
Please remember the terms of your settlement.
Screw your settlement. I would never take that money.
I would like to speak.
Yep, I got that. We got
This
it.
young lady came to Haven as a stranger, but over the last few weeks, she's become one of us.
Why you do all this side stuff, guys?
Her story certainly seems unlikely.
Right, wait.
If not impossible. But she deserves at least an investigation of her claims. We ought to take her seriously.
Oh, okay, we got him. Okay. I'm just like, wait, what is he saying? Like, I thought like crap you was saying.
You're being unhelpful.
Oh, yep. This is the one we got. The one we unintentional.
You know our mind can play tricks on us. None of it is your
So if we didn't tell about... That's... Okay. That's one thing I might do different is that. Yeah.
But it's always better in the end.
But honestly, we've all got... I think I got enough. I don't think it's gonna care. Because I got him.
I got this.
So I think he's the only one other than Ryan.
I have a USB stick full of recordings.
Yes, we went through this yesterday. Your superiors closed the case. None of us have time for conspiracies.
Yeah. You're trying to weasel your way out of things again, huh? I know your game. I know
Don't
how you...
test me, Jason.
You know what? I'm not scared of you anymore. And not of you.
You got the guy we needed. No.
Deputy Pike, do you have some kind of personal issue with me?
Like hell I do.
Jason, well, given that your judgment in this matter is emotionally compromised,
Okay, game
you should
saved.
probably remove yourself from
Cut the crap.
Oh, so we technically don't know if we got Ryan. I don't think we did. I'm gonna say I'm sorry. I'm gonna really try to... Oh, we got him.
I'm sorry.
I don't know how. So we just didn't get... But we didn't get... Okay. We just didn't get Eleanor. For some reason. Okay, I will take that. We got Ryan, but we didn't get Eleanor. So, I'm gonna say this real quick. If we did not tell Riley about the illness, that's what would have gotten everybody. We would have gotten everybody, I think, for the most part. And that's the only thing I probably should have done different. Because I try to go for the good ending in games, if you know what I mean. But I know that's not always going to be a thing, per se. But, oh, Nikes. Oh, well. Alright, well, Loud more Loud, but I don't think we're dropping any. And more Loud than Bright Lights. How did I get Ryan?
We'll figure it out.
How?
It amazes me. The extent to which she has manipulated you.
Come on, Dad.
Never in a million years.
Come on. I hate seeing you do this.
Even your own damn sons is telling you to come clean. Just do it.
Goddamn son!
Man.
Stop.
I know why you tried to kill me. It's not what you tell yourself. That you thought it was best for Haven. This was never about Haven at all, was it? This was about you. I know it's easier not having to think about the men you buried. You want to look away and pretend the people you hurt aren't people. But I won't let you. My father worked for you. His name was John.
He was a screw-up, a victim, or fighter? I'm gonna go with fighter.
The world never gave him anything for free. He fought just to stay alive. He fought for us. Maybe he was finally winning. But you killed him. And then Gabe, my big brother.
Happy.
You know, when we were kids, we goofed around to escape. To pretend everything was better for a little while. When I got to Haven, the first thing we did was dance around like total dorks. And it wasn't an escape from anything. He was happy for the first time in his life. But he died. Because of you. And then there's me. For so many years, I just wanted to survive. To get through. Haven changed me. I started to think about the future
Square, circle, or
I'd
triangle.
like a home
Yeah.
somewhere. I want to know that there's a place and a group of people who wouldn't be the same without me. I was starting to feel that here. And you tried to murder me. You would have ended my life just so you wouldn't have to face the truth. You've forgotten it, haven't you? You've plastered over it with another story. You tell yourself you're a good man. You take care of so many people. You gave me a roof and a job. You checked on me when I was grieving. Such a good, generous man. But that's the lie. If you scrape it away, what do we see?
Yeah, I'll go circle.
11 years ago, you led a group of men to their deaths. And you were too selfish to say those words out loud. There was so much to lose. The love of your wife, the respect of your son, the comfort and ease you had walking around the world. All of that mattered more to you than those men's lives. I can feel you trying to pull away. Don't. The truth hurts. Sometimes it's so awful you think you're gonna break. But when you come out the other side, and you're whole and free and still alive, then you'll finally know how strong you really are. I see the truth about you. You hate yourself. You hate what you did in the past. You hate what you've done to keep it secret. And the more you deny that hatred, the worse it grows. I know who you are. I've seen the worst parts of you.
I'm gonna forget the guy. We ain't gonna
And
be
I forgive you.
bad guys. About 20 seconds.
the deaths of 7 Typhon employees as their manager 12 years ago. A recent cover-up, which involved a clandestine and unpermitted explosion to thwart inspections, caused the death of Haven local Gabe Shen last month. Mr. Lucan is currently in police custody, awaiting arraignment. We will have plenty more about this developing story, including the resignation of Typhon CEO, the market impact, and what it all means for your drive time commute coming right.
Yeah, the silence is worse. I need to get some air.
Alright, now we're back to... And this is the final little bit of the game. Like I said, that was pretty much...
After summoning all my strength and willpower, I'm now
Yep,
ready
now you're...
to move from the bed to the rooftop.
Hmm.
Do I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait? I kind of think I need a Charlotte Harmon portrait.
Okay. Hello, friends. I've decided to open back up to commissions. I think we're all conversely busy right now, making ours argument hurt rapid. So please get in touch on a portrait. Here's reasonable and offer a discount for first-time commissions. Okay, hello, Haven. Hey, Haven. The record traders is current notification for vast experience. Notification on the website is here next week. We're only missing about 20 seconds.
Some continued support for you.
Be a time reminding my sports gratitude toward Haven 300 support. You should statement.
The phrase recent events is doing some work in this post.
Yeah, due to recent effects, we're going to close reasons for further notice. So basically, he got caught, like,
it
you know.
never ends.
We appreciate the community's concern. Details for merging and covering with state police for the negligence of any of you. Then we should have Dave, Jason Pike, the rest of the case, and as such, management of the account handed over to another deputy. Wait, not Deputy Pike, the by such a role in the community, or do you not increase through official channels? I'm just reading all this out because, like, hello, neighbors. Thank you for your responsible and surrounding success. When you're just going to out yourself, you can only help me work when I'm supposed to. Work as soon as you can to conclude. Stop your name in the hat. Yeah, so she was the only one we didn't get because we told.
I bet Steph wishes she could reword that. But it's pretty funny.
You know, here to recommend. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna try to read. I'm not gonna read everything. Oh, yep, that was him, like... Oh, New York guy, you know, he's like gonna ask all those questions and crap. Oh, yeah, because we kind of made up with Ethan. I forgot we had that. Thank you, dear actor. No doubt you are being gracious and the answer. Even for here is no Macau. So I bet Eleanor's probably gonna think we're all making this up, but that's like the only thing I'd be worried about. Oh, Mac was like. Yeah. Oh, Ryan. Hero. I don't think Eleanor would have really texted us anyway, really. I don't. Oh, yep. She did. But I doubt. I would have imagined if we never told Riley about her head thing, it would have been fine. Oh, all the memories. That's actually cool, but there's still one left. So I think, and I know where it is. But we're gonna kind of spin around a little bit here.
Maybe Salem would be cool. I'm already an expert in witch trials.
And I don't think it's really gonna matter. Nah, we're not gonna lie down.
I love this guitar, but if it starts asking me riddles again, I'm throwing it out the window. Maybe Dad deserved everything he got, but I'm still glad we were there with him in his last moments.
Yeah, I'd almost agree with that. Like, it was just like, he was never really gonna be like...
Even though it was hard, I'm glad I let Charlotte overcome her own anger. I think it gave her the strength to
Yeah,
support me.
that we needed to do that. I think if we had done it for it, this would have been kind of dumb. And there's my final memory.
I felt very close to Ducky
over there.
after our dance.
Yeah.
I guess he felt the same way. Good thing I sold off all my Typhon stock.
Yep. And it's just saying that for stock plummeted.
Pretty sure my voice was already heard by everyone who needed to hear it.
Yeah. So it's just, you know.
Is it weird that the part of this that bothers me the most is nondescript dive bar?
Where? Oh, yeah, okay, yeah, it's the same, like... Okay, I'm not gonna read all that, but...
I know now that my inaction in the face of injustice was itself a terrible wrong. And I know that I will never be able to undo the tremendous pain and loss I caused. I do not ask for forgiveness. The only person who could give that to me is gone. Thank you.
There are no victories at the end of this.
Yep.
Just more painful truth.
Nobody really wins with this, honestly, I would say.
I'll never understand exactly what happened to me down there, but I'll always be grateful. I'm glad he held on to it, for whatever it's worth.
Alright, tell me to track after the accident. I couldn't do it. Perhaps some part of me knew that one day I would need to pass it along. When Gabe first stepped in my bar looking for his father, I swore I would one day return his jacket to him. I swore I'd return it to both of you. I think you know what it was worth. Nothing. And I believe I'm gonna do the bomber jacket last in here.
Nothing like being called delusional by someone you trusted. That one really hurt.
Yeah, but that was on us yeah. But that's like the only thing I would do different about the game. Only about this playthrough.
Must be rare that a local paper gets to break out the really big headline.
Yeah, it's really cool. Scandal.
See? This is why I try to only read the art sections.
Because at least that's where the actual stuff is, you know. Yeah. Okay, well, let's do the...
Couldn't bring himself to get rid of it.
Alright.
You
New
ever
memory?
seen a pic before, Mr.
Chen. John.
And
You're a hell diver now.
I'm a hard worker, and I learn
Haven
fast,
historian.
and I don't mind long hours.
Emotional unearthing.
You have somebody waiting on you at home?
No, sir.
Well, John, guess you're a hell diver now.
Now let me check on the... Sorry, it's HDR. Yeah, we got all of them in chapter 5. Nice. 98 or 2%. Okay. That's weird. Okay, so there might have been a little dip in the internet or something, maybe. I don't know. Okay, we got them all. Oh, yeah. Haven Historian. Find all the memory collectibles in LIS True Colors. Alright. That's why I play with a walkthrough. So I know where I'm doing and kind of where I'm going to do all the stuff. And then there's you find the bomber jacket. So we don't have a photo of that, but we have 98. So the only one we should not have. We gotta complete the chapter and go do Haven Maven. And go get Haven Maven. Alright. So nice. Alright, well, let's go back into the game here. And I think with that, I will go ahead. Because you need to go upstairs to end the game. There's nothing downstairs to do, I don't think. Oh.
Maybe I do deserve some $ justice, but I'd much rather be able to move on with my life.
Yeah, I don't blame you. Okay, I can get rid of that one. Okay, I know what I think our ending is going to be, though. Oh.
I want to go outside without seeing anyone. That's why God created rooftops.
And I'm not going to play Minehaunt. I said I think I would, but I don't think we're going to have... No, we're going to... I don't think we need to. But.
Hey, Steph. Alex, wait. Before you say anything, I have to get this out.
Okay.
What you did at the council meeting, it was the bravest thing I've ever seen. And it made me want to be brave too. So, here it goes. I want to be with you. I don't give a shit about playing music or seeing the world. I mean, I do, but only if it's with you. And if you'd rather stay here instead, then... fuck it. I want to stay here too.
I've never had anyone barge in to tell me that they wanted to be with me before.
Yeah? How'd it feel?
You've, given me a lot to think about.
Oh, good. That was the idea.
Uh-oh.
You know where to find me. Good luck, Jen.
Thanks, Steph. All right. Just tell me.
What?
Whoa.
My future.
Hey, buddy.
What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for leaving with her. Playing on the road, the excitement of the unknown. Of course, that was before all the shit went down. Come on, you're the know-it-all. So tell me.
Actually, I do know what you should do. You should stay in Haven.
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home, a job, people who actually like you.
A job?
Why would
We
you
have
give
a job right now?
That's
or
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something.
oh, is it not? Well,
It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls away. You're not on it. And neither is Steph.
did we not get the choice because we did something stupid, or?
Life goes on.
I didn't have credits. I don't think I did.
You get a job working with Steph at the record store.
Oh, that would be the job. That's right. Yeah, forgot that'd be there probably.
All those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing. The apartment starts to feel less like a museum, and more like a home.
I love that cougar and like it's like that's I love all there.
Thoughts
Yeah.
of Jed, of Typhon, even of me. begin to
Yep.
fade into the background.
Ooh, she got somebody. It's good. I like this. It might be anything I go with. Or it's just like I show you this anyway, just to kind of. Had a ring.
The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring group of fans. Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you.
Ah, you gotta be. It crashed. Oh, no way. The game crashed. No way. The game crashed right at the end there. Oh, man. It at the ending. Alright, I will be right back. Or no, hold on, I want to do the trophy sync. Or no, it hadn't. I don't know. But I'm gonna be RB. I'm gonna go pee. So I will be right back. We good? I think we're good. Man, that looks so good to be in 1080p. Alright, let's start the game back up. Alright, this is a good game. I'm not gonna do a review yet, and I take a little drink of Coke. I can feel this in my throat. Where is it gonna have me continue? I didn't actually finish the game. But it doesn't, like, it didn't trigger the trophies. So, it's probably gonna have to load it all the way at the end of the game. There we go. Now let's hope it doesn't crash. Because that's gonna be, like, the only... And I don't think I can... Oh. You know how to skip?
Alright. Just tell me.
I don't need those series again. So,
My future. What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for leaving with her. Playing on the road. The excitement of the unknown. Of course, that was before all the shit went down. Come on, you're the know-it-all. So tell me.
Actually, I do know what you should do. You should stay in Haven.
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home, a job, people who actually like you. Why would you give that up?
That's true.
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Oh, fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something. It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls away. You're not on it. And neither is Steph. Life goes on. You get a job.
Yeah, I've already seen this part. So I'm just making sure I actually get to the part that I need to actually have my earbuds back in. Because it crashed like a couple minutes ago,
All
so...
those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing.
Okay, there's...
The apartment starts to feel
I was like, it's stuck again. It might be... Is it really that buggy? Okay, we've seen this part, so we're getting close to it where I can put my earbuds back in.
Even of me, begin to fade into the background. The rooftop is your stage. You perform every week to a small but adoring group of fans. Maybe while you play, you wonder what could have been. Performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all. You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day
I think we're good now. I think we're at that
find
point.
that you have transformed this place just as much as it has transformed you.
Never mind. Why? Why does this crash keep happening? I'm gonna see if this is a bug. Because it has to be a bug. Because I can't finish the game now. Okay, No, not. R1. Okay. So I need to do that to probably get through the game. Okay, let's try this one more time. Yeah, I know it's probably framed when I was doing that, so that was probably me. But yeah, this is stupid. I'm like, I don't hate this, but yeah, I'm just gonna, continue. I have wavelengths already. Is it gonna let me skip it? Or is it gonna be like, no, you have to let it play? And I'm like, game? I can't finish you because the dang game wants to crash. So, game, come on. You're kidding me. Yeah. Oh, it doesn't think I... Oh, no. It doesn't think I skipped the game. It doesn't think I ended the game already.
What to do? The night of the Spring Fest, Steph made a strong push for leaving with her. Playing on the radio.
I can't skip it.
The excitement of the unknown.
I'm stuck. I might have to move it.
Of course, that was before all this
and I
shit
would
went
do all
down.
this live. And I don't care how many drop-ins I get after that. I really don't care if I'm just, yeah. In the game, I want it to not, but, I mean,
Actually, I do know what you should do. You should stay in Haven.
It's not let me skip.
You really think so?
Of course. You finally have a home, a job, people who actually like you. Why would you give that up?
That's true.
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young, you suddenly have a little money, friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot? No, you should definitely leave.
Fuck off. Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
But here's something.
Okay, we need to be able to skip this, but
It's 3 hours from now. A bus pulls away.
you're gonna see it was like, I don't know how many times, but
You're not on it. And neither is Steph.
it's gonna crash. I just know it. Oh, Notre Dame barely got beat by 3.
It goes on.
Yeah, is it trying to do that maybe? Man?
You get a job working with Steph at the record store.
It might be. It might be trying to load. Hey, Chad, does anybody know how to fix this over? I mean, I had to
finally pay off.
save my, switch my game save over. Yeah, that might be where, yeah.
Time does its thing.
I mean, it's loading quicker, so it's probably like... Yeah, I think it's what it's trying to do is there's gotta be something going on, but it's
Apartment starts
going
to feel
quicker.
less like a museum.
It's not taking us
like a
forever. So maybe it's actually got it this time.
Thoughts of Jed, of Typhon, and even of me begin to fade into the background.
This is a good ending. But we can finish it. But I can't. I can't skip it. Because it doesn't think I finished the game yet. I probably imagine. It's probably like, you gotta finish the game. But I cannot because it keeps crossing. Okay. Okay, now that... Okay, it is loading quicker. So maybe it's like... I'm boot... Maybe it's just like... I don't know, trying to do something weird.
Maybe while you play, you wonder what...
And maybe it is just weird loading, maybe. It's just like...
More people, in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that much at all.
Yeah, we've seen this like 6 times. 3 or 4. So, I mean, I'm talking over it.
Exactly when it happened.
Okay, watch it.
But one day you look around.
I've gotten to this point again.
Transformed this place.
Is it going to do it?
Just as much as it has transformed you.
Okay, after the 1. Yep, game crashed. So, I'm going to try that trick really quick. And I'm going to see if that fixes it. If that doesn't, I'm going to go ahead and call it a Bad Moment. We'll do a review, and then I'll put it up as a separate video. And I'll have you guys vote on the ending that way. Where is my... It's in my settings, right? Yeah. Okay, it's just all apps with all the... So I'm just gonna try this just to try it. Not delete. Oh. Cannot perform, but connected USB storage device is being used in extended storage. What? Yeah. You're kidding me. Come on. So is my game bugged from here on out? Oh, crap. Well, I do need to... I'm gonna do those. I am gonna... upload it, like, really quick. emo, it's probably gonna screw over, but at least I have that done. So it's at least, yeah, I haven't touched my preferences, so it's probably not gonna overdo anything. But okay, what I'm gonna do is I'll give this one more shot. Because it's about 3 hours in, and I don't want it goes any more longer, but I have to. So, the game's almost about over anyway, so I'm still going to try to do Wavelengths on Wednesday, no matter if I get this working or not. Okay, there it is, yeah. It'll show now, because now it's like 90, it'll show that we have... So, yeah, you'll just get one more gold, I think, and then the platinum. I think it's what it is, yeah. So... Oh, what's it trying to do? I don't know. No, it's freaking not. Okay, this is version 1.04. Okay, we're gonna try this one more time. If it breaks again here, I'm just gonna try another way to fix it, but because I'm not gonna keep you guys here all night, and I'm just gonna be throwing hands if this keeps going. Oh, okay, skip. I've seen all this. I've already got the cover. Already got the Death Edition. Just continue, and I'll just let it run again, and we'll see what happens. If it lets me skip a lot of this, because it's like, hey, do you want to skip a dialogue? Heck yes! Maybe it would actually, like, let you get to that point, and it would just let you finish it just to get over it. Yep, it's gonna be the same issue, I bet. It's because it's not letting me skip.
Just tell me.
And there's no patch for this, like, they haven't patched this yet. Which
my future.
I would imagine, I would hope they would patch this and be like, oh, we patched this, and I'm like,
Night of the Spring Fest.
oh
It's definitely
god.
a strong push for leaving with her.
I know there's a part of episode 1 that goes like halfway black screen, and I didn't notice it until like I watched the VOD back. But
Worse. That was before all the shit went down.
But like, honestly, this
Come
is
on.
just
You're the know-it-all.
nuts. You can't finish the game.
So tell me.
I mean, I'm at the ending part right here. So I mean, there's nothing left to do. I mean, it's just, and it doesn't matter what you pick.
Of course. You're right.
But unless
Never
maybe
had
for
one
me
before.
maybe it does. I don't know.
Friends.
It's some kind of
A
weird
place to live.
weird thing. I don't
Why
know.
would I give that up now?
Then again, maybe leaving would be better.
What?
You're young. You suddenly
Oh
have a
wait,
little money.
maybe
friends. And don't you think it's time to give this music thing a real shot?
I might have fixed it.
You should definitely leave.
Fuck
Maybe,
off.
I don't know. Did I?
Stop it, Gabe. I don't need the mysterious spirit bullshit right now. I just need... I just need my big brother.
I'm sorry.
I know.
Here's something.
No, it's still gonna play the same stuff. I thought maybe that was it. Maybe it did fix it.
A bus pulls away.
But maybe, I don't know, man.
You're not on it. And neither is Steph. Life goes on.
Yeah, I think there's something to do when this happens. Yeah, I think it's like that.
You get a job
that black screen that's trying to load all these cutscenes and it just doesn't work. Well, let me see if there's a raid target.
All those years of being a music snob finally pay off. And little by little, time does its thing.
Oh. Not really.
The apartment starts to feel less like a
Wow.
museum, more like a home.
Kinda weird. But yeah, it's gonna be like, yep, Pots of Jed, Typhon, Nago, and everybody's like, oh, we should have just kept Typhon around. And
to the background.
I'm sorry for having to play it like 4 times with you guys, but it's just so like I'm like stuck because I gotta see what's going on. Yeah, I'm thinking it's all these cutscenes. They're just they didn't.
You perform every.
If we had done this sooner. Oh, hey, Sinister. You want to watch this thing crash again?
Maybe while you play.
How you doing tonight, man?
Could have been performing for more people in more cities, sharing your music with the world. Or maybe you never think about that
And
much at all.
the stream looks different, don't it? Notice same little bit of changes?
You don't know exactly when it happens, but one day you look around and find that you have transformed this place.
Okay.
Just as much. As
What does this do? It crashed. Yep. You gotta be kidding me. I can't finish the game. Nope. It's broken. And I don't want to have to do all this extra stuff to finish it tonight, because I don't want to sit here for another 20-30 minutes just to have to reinstall patches and crap and all that. There's just no way I'm doing that tonight. No. Because I'm already almost at 3 hours, and I'm like, God, I haven't got another hour. Oh, sorry. Huh. Oh, nice. I thought you said it was alright. Yeah. Yeah. And this is in 1080p, by the way, if you guys hadn't noticed. It has been working so great. I have some drop frames, but it's like only about like 1450 frames, and we're running at 60 frames a second. So we're only missing about 30 to 45 seconds worth of frames. We're not missing that much. So I'm honestly very happy how this turned out. We're at 0.2% drop. So I'm like, I'm going to take that and run with it. And, you know, I don't know what else to do. I don't know. I've heard people completely having to re-download the game. I've heard people having to do that. And I'm like, I'm not having you guys sitting through that. And having to do a different virtual hard drive, that kind of thing. And I'm like, I don't really want to have to do it for you guys tonight. Yeah, that's what I would say. It's probably safe for the fans and that, like, it's probably in that safe zone. I would probably think it's gonna be. But did you? Okay, there's one thing in the trailer. Hey, Emperor. There's a reason we're stuck on this screen right now. We are at the ending of the game. The very ending. We cannot go past it. The game is basically giving us the middle finger and saying, nope. There's a scene in the game where it's going through a bunch of cutscenes. If we stay where we are in that part of town with, I forget her name already, and it's going through like that kind of thing, and they're playing on the stage doing a band thing, and right as soon as he says one line, it crashes the game. Not bad. I'm doing well. I had to work Sunday, but I get tomorrow off, so I'm happy with that. I'll take that easy. I get a weekday off. I'm happy with that. I'll take a weekday off on this week. I should have been working almost every day this work week, but I'll take it, you know? I'll take that and easily take it, you know? Be like, hey, I can stay home today, basically. We didn't get to go to a middle school game today because we were going to go to see one. My niece, it's my stepsister's daughter. It's happened to most people. So it's not just mine. It's happened to people who've ever had it too. And I know there's some other ways to fix it, but I don't think it's going to take us more of an hour to fix it. And I don't have all the time in the world to really fix it tonight. I don't want to be sitting here. I might try to fix it in the afternoon or something, but yeah, we were going to go do that tonight. Well, I was going to tell my parents, because you guys go ahead and just go, because I got off at 5 today. I was working at my noon to 5 shift. And I would say the game starts at 5:30. Well, at least maybe just one game, whether it's a doubleheader or not. But I was like, you guys go ahead and go. It's like a 15-20 minute drive. I'm like, you guys just go ahead and go. And you guys can get comfy. You guys can go to the game. You know, you guys can go down there and enjoy it. I was just fine just going to get food and go home. You know, just, you know, whatever. If it take me back, have food with me. So I can just eat it here at home. Well, we got to do the eating part. We had to stop and get some medicine for my stepdad. He has a allergic reaction to sulfur or something. He had his whips and tongue, and has something else. He's like not sick. We had like an infection or something. So he's kind of just trying to take it a little bit easy. We're right at the end. The episode number is what chapter we're on. So, like, if I had it episode 1, it'd be chapter 1. Episode 2 was Chapter 2. Episode 3 was Chapter 3. Chapter 4 was Episode 4. And, you know, here. We are stuck at the point of no return. But I don't know if you played this game. At the end of the game, right as you're doing this kind of series of cutscenes, you know, we're just watching cutscenes, it crashes the game. I cannot show you anything past that point because I cannot get it to work. And I think it's going to take me forever to get it working. And I'd have to re-download the game. I have to do all that again. And we'd be sitting here for 20, 30 minutes. Or we'd be sitting here trying to do it. And I don't think that's a great idea of time. So I'm on the right ending of the game. Now, I will be playing Wavelengths Wednesday. No matter what, if I don't get it to end. Oh, cool. So now you're aware of a crash. So, Kid X PSK. There's a crash that happens at Chapter 5, right here at the end. So there's two, you got 2 more chapters to do. And I've got all the collectibles. I've got pretty much, I've already done all the memories too. So I've got all the memories. I've got all that already done. So that will save. But I cannot finish the game. The game will not let me. The game will be like, nope, it'll just crash. So be aware of that at the very end of Chapter 5 when you're watching up on that rooftop. Because I'm going to tell you it's where it is. Because you know where it is. You will not get past that point, really. You'll see all these cutscenes and stuff. And then once you'll get to 1, it'll just stop and it'll just freeze. At least for me. I don't know if it happens for you. But if it doesn't, that's great. If it does, well, sorry. But now you know there's a potential crash that's probably going to prevent you from ending the game. So, I am at a point where I'm going to go ahead and do a mini review. Kind of like an audio review here. Because I can't do much else right now without having to fully reinstall the game. And I kind of want to do it off stream. So, or I'll talk what I'm going to do. Okay, yeah, it might be on Xbox, too. It might be an Xbox issue. Let me look it up. Because I actually, let me look it up. Is it Xbox Series X or Xbox One? Or... And I have the Ultimate Edition too. So I bought the Ultimate Edition so that way I have the remasters as well. Yeah, it is. Yeah. It is surprising. I'm enjoying this game, Kid. I've enjoyed it. Like, I do need to buy it for Xbox and PC, too. I need to buy it for Xbox and PC. For the Ultimate Editions. Because I do want to get it on there, too. On those platforms. Because I buy all these games. Like, I have... If you, I don't have... Let me show you my library. I have True Colors. And then... Where's the others? They're all the way down here. There's 2. And then I have the demo. and a BTS and an LIS. So I have all of them, and I have physical versions of those two down there and that one. They don't have a physical accessible demo type thing, which I don't know why that... Was that on? Do they have that in the LAS 2 disc? I think they had to. I think they put that in there. I don't remember if they did or not, but you would think they would, just because it would be kind of a good idea. So, and I bought the collector's edition of BTS digital, so I had it, and then I bought the physical disc later on, because I didn't have that one, because I couldn't buy the physical when they came right out. I just bought like a used copy, and they're Blu-ray, so it should be fine. And then I bought 2's new this time last year. And then now I just gotta find me my copies of True Colors physical. For 4 and 5, because I want to have a PS5 physical too. I already have the PS5 digital, because Ultimate Edition, but... Yeah, and actually sent me a message about that too. Is it on here? Anymore? Yeah, it is. They actually sent me a notice about, you know, it was like, oh, they delayed the remasters. And they were like, okay, you can cancel your order if you want. I'm like, no, I want to play this game. I was just... So, I did that. So, here's what the plan's gonna be. Wednesday, I'm gonna do Wavelengths. So, if you haven't seen that yet, I'm gonna do that Wednesday. Then I'm probably not gonna stream again. Let me bring up my work schedule, because I'm about done here. Because I gotta kind of be... And I want to keep my... Where am I at? The 22nd? Okay, 22nd, 23rd? Okay. I won't probably be on again till next Monday night. I'm not even going to try to be on the 28th. Just because. I think that's kind of dumb for me. But I'll be on next Monday and Tuesday nights with something. I don't know. I might start Wago on Monday, and I might do DC on Tuesday, or might flip that. After that, I'll probably do the second. Or no, this is wrong. Oh, no, I just don't have a new one yet with that. Oh, yeah. So, yeah, I'll have that, and then I'll do the first. I'll probably do a Battlegrounds or something. Because I don't want to do 2 episodes of Lego Marvel back-to-back like that. I kind of want to do them once a week, kind of, maybe. Because I don't want to stack them so much with each other. Because I kind of want to do different games every time. So that way it's kind of like, you know, with a few days to kind of let them all up. See it. Sweet Ball Sinister. It's like 3 hours until I have a lot of time left, so I'm not going to mess with this the rest of the night. And then, so what I'll do for the night of the 3rd, I'll probably do... That might be when we Star Ocean. I might go ahead and start Star Ocean. Then I might start this. Then. And then, so I'll start this probably next week. And then I'll start this late next week. Because I'll play Battlegrounds in between that. And then Saturday night, the 4th, I'll probably do a random night. You can say, hey, Wolfman, impending doom after the swinging it back into space with the bat. You're out of luck. We're all doomed. Okay, I like that one, Sinister. So, I'm probably going to do that. I'm probably going to wait and do... I'll probably try to get rid of Star Ocean first before I start Mass Effect. I don't want to do 2 big series together. I mean, unless that you guys really want me to do... Just start off the deep end. But, because I want to try to get this done by March. Because I've got a backlog that I kind of want emptied before a certain game comes out in March of 2022. Oh, cool, man. Which ones? So, and yes, I do plan on, like I said, I'd try to get I want this backlog project done by 2K22's launch in March. I really want to get as much off this backlog as possible. And I know I gotta finish EGVR. I've gotta finish beat Marvel's Avengers. Oh, cool. Those should be good games. I just got that because it was free. I might not do anything with it, but free game, you know? So I'm gonna have to really think through my stream schedule. Yeah, now that's Maui, right? The Maui Invitational? That has to be the Maui Invitational. Because I remember them saying they were gonna play it in Vegas this year. That's so weird. Why didn't they freaking change the name for a year? And be like, the not Maui Invitational or something. Oh, okay. Different tourney. Okay. Different one. But I know Maui was moved to Vegas or something, I think. Because I know they moved it because they didn't want to, with the travel to Hawaii, which I'm like, okay, smart move. You know? Because I don't think you really want them going to... But yeah. So, and I don't have any set ideas for my birthday stream. I'm probably more than likely going to do that on the 13th. Not the 12th on my actual birthday. Now, however, if there are stuff that comes in from you guys as presents, I'm not expecting anything. I'm not telling you guys to do anything. I'm just saying, you know, if there's anything that does come in and is like, you know, whatever, and you guys are like, I want you to see it opening on your actual birthday or whatever, or that, I will gladly do that for you as a, you know, gladly do as an unboxing on the 12th. If not, I'll do it on the 13th if, you know, stuff comes in, but I can, you know, so that way, because, you know, I have my birthday coming up in less than a month, so I don't know what to really do. Last year we did a bunch of the Wii stuff, and like I said at the beginning, I don't have any Jackbox games right now for any platform. And I was thinking about, I really want to get them anyway, because I figured it'd be kind of cool for us to have some, like, Jackbox fun, some Wii game fun. Yeah, they do. Yeah, they do. So I figured, you know, that would be a thing if I can get my hands on the Jackbox games. Again, money's not going to be the greatest thing in the world for me right now, but see what I can really do. I shouldn't have money. I should be okay, but I can't. I don't know. It's going to be kind of weird for birthday. If you guys have any ideas for birthday stream, do let me know. And again, you're not required to send me anything. I'm going to say that a bunch of times. I'm not going to stop you from doing it. But, you know, if you do want to send me something, do let me know. You know, just be like, hey, I want to send you something for your birthday, whatever, cool. You know, and we'll get the details all ironed out and everything, and all that kind of stuff. So, all in all, I think tonight's been sucks. Other than the game crashing. Yeah, very cool detail. And I'm glad to get to play against D1 teams, too. That's a really good thing for them, if you really think about it. That's why I like that they do that for Chaminade. I believe I'm screwing that pronunciation. Because Maui's always the term. I always watch Maui. No reason why. I just think it was... I always put my eye on Maui, because it was just... I always watched that one tourney. And then, you know... when I was a kid. So... and I still keep my eye on it now, because, I mean, I watch... sports 24/7 almost at this point. But But, like, yeah, because I've always had, like, Indiana was in it a good bit, Purdue's always was in it, Notre Dame was in it, Butler's been in it, like, a couple of times. I don't remember if Evansville was ever in it. I don't remember Indiana State. I don't remember off my head. I'd have to wait to beat the lower. Oh, yeah, they'll get close, but the experience is more what I would be going for them. Like, I wouldn't be really sitting there saying, I mean, you would hope they want to win, don't get me wrong. Or maybe we can do Uno. I forgot we have Uno on. I forgot about Uno. But yeah, we have Uno. So, that would be kind of cool. So, we can do Uno. If you guys have Uno. For PS4. I don't have PS5 yet. I don't have Series X yet. I do plan on getting those, hopefully, over the next couple of years. I don't really get consoles until, like, tax time. Like, I usually do that, like, because I bought my PS4 back in 2018 when it was my tax time. Or, yeah, it was 2018. Yeah, because it's only 18, yeah. No. It was the year with the Yankees guy on the cover. I have that picture. Or, it was I think that was 18. No? Because I bought L.A. Noire with it. I bought L.A. Noire, MLB 18. Because I looked for games that were enhanced by the Pro. And yes, I always was hunting the Pro. I wasn't hunting just a slim PS4. And then I bought the Xbox One X in 2019 when I was just getting ready to do the transition between my dad and this house here. And then I bought the Switch later on in 2021. 2020 was the PSVR, which is not really a console. It's kind of a console. It's kind of not, but whatever. And then 2021, a little later than, traditional tax time, I got my HC and H edition Nintendo Switch. So 2022, I'm banking on being able to get a PS5 at tax time. Now, or around like early 2022 when I get my tax check and everything back. And hopeful I can get it. If not, I gotta really think of... Because I want to get the PlayStation 5 first. Because I play on PlayStation the most. Like, that's my dominant platform. Because I don't need a PC. I don't need a PC. I already have a laptop that I can do stuff on. I don't need it. So, I don't need to be sitting here getting another laptop and be like, I'm going to do with 2 good laptops. I don't know. But yeah, like, so if I can get my hands on a PS5 next year, that'd be really good for me. And by the way, I forgot to say this. I actually heard from ADA over the weekend for not very long, but she did tell me she actually had bought something for my birthday / Christmas. Because I'm like, I always kind of merge them together for, as both, so it's kind of like, I don't get too kind of weird, because my birthday being a December birthday, and then Christmas is right there. I'm like, it's both, so it's birthday and Christmas together, birthmas. Just easier, so it's like, oh yeah, it's Christmas and your birthday, so, whatever, yay, because that was so weird that, like, when I was at AU, and it was like right at the end of like the semester, because semesters I think went right until my birthday, if not they were close, like right at it pretty much. I think like I gotta remember right when they ended, but yeah, it was like right there. Because I bet right now all the kids at AU are sitting there getting ready for like tests and big projects they're getting ready to do within the next day or two. I bet. And if you're watching me on Twitch right now, there's any students at AU watching me on Twitch, I've been in that spot like about 6 years ago, about a decade ago. Because this fall makes 10 years ago I graduated high school. Because I graduated in 2011. Making me feel old now talking about this. But man, and I'm not gonna like it in like 4 years when it's gonna be 10 years graduating AU. But that's not the talk for right now. So I'll get a stream schedule up and running on Twitter for you guys in about a day or two. But I'm not that worried about our frames. We're not doing anything important. So basically, I do want to thank you guys for watching. I'm not going to raid anybody. I don't have anybody to raid. It's already... I don't... Oh, yeah, I do. Hold on. Yeah, I do. Oh, come on, Rob. You didn't go into your Animal Crossing sack of tricks, did you? Hold on. Maybe I don't have anybody. No, I don't. I went to the back of doors. I don't have anything. Holy heck. Do I legit don't have anybody? Oh, let me do my, yeah, so if you do want to, like I said, I do tweet out when I go live and everything. And I do hope to have the chat back up on stream. Now, I will put this up on YouTube. You can watch it, and I'll have it up. I will try to put episodes 5's ending up as like a YouTube video. That way it'd be in the 4K and the ending if I can ever get it working. And then I do have a Discord where we talk and all that kind of stuff. All that kind of thing. If you want to hang out with us there, you're more welcome to do that there. So... I honestly, at this point, I don't know what to do. Because I am like now up a creek without a paddle. So I really wanted to go and, man. Did I just legit run into bad luck with this? Well, let's see what I got. Man, I do find somebody that I'm like... I don't really want to take it a dead DVD. I can't keep up with that game. Well, I think with that, there's really nothing to go. Sorry about that, guys. I will try to have this on-screen chat back at some point. I do apologize for that, not having that up. That's like the only thing I have left to bring over from Swabs. This is on regular OBS. By the way, if you didn't notice, this was on regular OBS. The first night, after all that came out about Streamlabs and all that, switched over Sunday night, and it worked great. I mean, I still had about 1,600 drop frames, but I mean, I think that's just par for the course almost. I almost imagine there's probably everybody's got some drop frames every night, but I'll take it. You know, we didn't have a bad issue tonight. It works great in 1080p. I'm glad we'll do 1080p. That's gonna help really good for YouTube because people. And I'm sorry, but now I'm at 1080p. I really should. People are gonna be like, "You should be at 720," and I'm like, I probably should be, but I like 1080p. I like being able to do full HD. and, you know, really being able to do that for you. So I'm going to figure out how to get the ending good and then show it to you guys on YouTube. And not tonight. I'm probably just going to drop it for tonight and working on tomorrow afternoon while I'm doing laundry and that. So I will see you guys on Wednesday night for Wavelengths. And then after that, I am going to probably want to see you talk after Thanksgiving. So enjoy your Thanksgiving. Be smart. Be saying all that kind of good shit. And enjoy your night. And say hi. Say bye to Sasa. Because he's sitting there just ready to be on my island in Animal Crossing. I just need to get those amiibo cards, man. And yes, I will unbox amiibo cards on here too, by the way. That kind of thing. So, not going to raid. I don't have anybody really I want to raid so much. I will see you guys next time. If you're watching this on YouTube, don't forget, if you want to sub, you're more welcome to. If you liked it, you can always welcome to sub. I got a lot of stuff. If you're watching this on Twitch, you can leave a follow and that, and all that kind of good stuff. Like I said, I try to be on as much as I can. So I will see you guys next time. Good night, everybody.